The Gators do something better than almost any program in the country. Get to the offensive glass.
Yeah, one of the best in the country, second best in the country behind just Texas A&M. Grambling in black, Florida in those throwback whites were underway. Gators searching for a fifth consecutive win, would be the longest win streak in the tenure of Todd Golden. Grambling coming off a 1-point loss on the road against Southeastern Louisiana, a game that they were held to just 16 points at the break, lost 48-47. Contavious Dozier, their top scorer, can't connect on that lay-in. Gators off and running.
Really hoping to see Micah Hanlogman just get an opportunity to find some minutes here. You know, he's been out with that ankle injury, to find his flow, because they've been really high on him all year long.
And Mike is settling back from that ankle issue over the last three. Take a look at Grambling. Contavious Dozier, their top scorer. Antoine Burnett is back for a third straight game. He's a real impact player. Jordan Smith, preseason SWAC Defensive Player of the Year. Here's Zion Pullen. How big was he in the second half in OT against Michigan as the game's opening bucket?
Well, what I love so much about these two guards, and Seth Greenberg going into that Michigan game was talking so highly about how offensively minded Zion Pullen and Walter Clayton Jr. are for this team. Without Riley Kugel being in, I can't wait to see what these guards are going to do tonight.
Yeah, of note, the news that shoot around Riley Kugel is out with a bruised foot, so he will not play today. Antoine Burnett misfires from deep, so Zion Pullen with that goes into the starting lineup as you see in the bottom of your screen. So that's the big news. Riley Kugel is out with a bruised foot, and they hope to get him back soon to not participate in shoot-around. Dozier speeds to the cup, and Samuel has the Gator rebound. Of course, Riley's had his struggles over the last handful of games. Maybe a chance for him to reset.
You know, I wonder what kind of goes into those decisions for a game like this, because if this was a tournament game or something in the conference, I think Riley would play. But you look at the roster, you look at who you're going against, and then what this game can help with the other players that aren't getting as many minutes, trying to figure some things out. Maybe you say, hey, let's get that thing healthy so we can have you full conference play.
Chance with a win over the next two for the Gators to finish up non-conference with 10 wins before Kentucky comes to the O-Dome. Grambling a struggling offense. They go to work. Johnson inside on Hanlogman ties the game up. Jalen Johnson, a tough move to the rack. Third Division I stop for him. Grambling out of the SWAC. They come in 2-9. This is their fourth Power 5 opponent this year. They're on their bye tour that helps fund their athletic department early in non-conference play. They're the regular season champions of the SWAC last season. A 3-point shy of a tournament bid. Nice feed from Samuel, who's done a lot of that this year. Finds Micah for two.
I got an opportunity to talk to Coach Golden just briefly and just told him how impressed I am with Tyrese Samuel. He's one of those guys you get and you're like, man, I wish I had him for one more year at least. But so far, he is thoroughly impressed me. 4-year starter or player at Seton Hall, and now here rocking the orange and blue.
Dozier fades and fires, can't hit, tries to save, throws it off Pullen. Gators in NASCAR pace. Here Samuel plays that point forward. Yeah, Coach Golden talked to him earlier today, said he didn't necessarily expect 20 and 10 every night from Tyrese. Rumbles down the lane, got blocked en route to the rim. And there is Riley, sporting the polo today, out with that bruised foot. You see the numbers. Last four, he's been held at just 24% shooting and 1 of 18 from three. Issues with turnovers. So again, and Patrick, this is a tough game. You go through the ups and downs. Right now, it's kind of a valley moment here for Riley.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a little bit difficult for him adjusting with Walter Clayton and Zion Pullen coming into the lineup. Not that they're taking shots away, they're just a little bit more offensive-minded, have had a little bit more experience. Riley has had some great looks last year with Colin Castleton being out, but now this is a new team, and he has to find a way to find his role within this team.
Micah has another bucket. He leads the team with 4 for the first 6. Burnett inside, scores. A former big-time football recruit, was recruited by the Florida Gators in football and a little bit in basketball as well. Strong move like a running back through the A-gap.
It's a nice finish right there. Through 2.
This is the third game back. He had eligibility issues, was a mid-year transfer. Native of Montgomery, Alabama, left that woefully short. good crowd here for before holiday game as Richard knocks down the tray.
I'm telling you, Kyle, Will Richard is a guy that they brought into the system to come and impact right away, and he's shown and stepped up in the big time moments. You got to look at the last few minutes of regulation as well as overtime. He has some amazing drives to the basket that kept the Gators in that game.
Will Richard knocking down that three prior to break. Boy, he's really starting to heat up. Double figures in his last three. Locked and loaded early. Gators a 5-point edge.
Coming from the baseline, attacking to, and I thought Will Richard was left-handed with how well he finished a few times at the basket, but no, he's a righty.
16 lead changes, 11 ties. They trailed for nearly 31 minutes of the game. They had a 4-point lead to the Gators in the final minute of regulation, could not hold on to it. Doug McDaniel, boy, he had a big game for Michigan. Here's Aberdeen earning early minutes. Samuel off the crossover, nearing 1,000 career points. Slashing in from the perimeter, Patrick.
I'm telling you, I don't understand how at Seton Hall they didn't see what they had in Tyrese Samuel. Not just with his ability to, yes, be physical and rebound, but he can handle the ball. He has knocked down a three-point shot today. I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks one out again, but really good player, really good experience for this Gator team. 23
points away from 1K. Jalen Johnson contorts around Tyrese, rebound Samuel. So Aberdeen on the floor has practiced really well over the last week or so. Again, no Riley Kugel today, out with a bruised foot. Aberdeen couldn't hold on to it. Looking back door was Clayton. There's Todd Golden. I asked him earlier today, okay, Coach, what do you want to get out of this game? You know, this is a quote-unquote bye game, so certain things you want to work on. He said, I want to win. I don't care about anything else. I want to win. We're not in that mode right now where we take anybody lightly. I just want to win.
Well, I think there's a difference here between just wanting to win and winning, executing well and doing the things that you've been practicing and applying those things. Yes, the Gators are favored to win this game, obviously, against Grambling State. But are they going to win the right way? Are they going to share the ball? Are they going to rebound? Are they going to make free throws? I'm sure that's something that's been spoken on a lot.
Oh, the anchor dropped down by Tyrese Samuel from the clouds.
Great pass, great finish. Woo!
Wow.
Wow. Perfect alley-oop.
Putting a charge into this crowd. Final game before the holiday break for the Gators. Looking for a 5th consecutive win. Shot clock dwindling down. Their top scorer, Dozier, with 4. Around a screen, snakes inside. Condon goes for the swat. Offensive rebound for Johnson, can't finish. Rebound pulling. Look at the pace. Aberdeen steps through.
Oh, perfect finish.
A reverse lay-in for Denzel Aberdeen. Timeout. Dante Jackson and Grambling. Florida's bursted out to an 11-point lead as they've scored the last 9. Takes you back to your playing days, Patrick.
Hey, I tell you what, the number 4, it was hard for me to adjust to somebody else wearing my number, but Tyrese Samuel wears it very well.
And then that reversal lay in Denzel Aberdeen.
In order to make that big jump. I think if he can stick to this program and keep working, he's going to be a great player in this Florida Gator offense.
Meanwhile, that dunk for Tyrese was a team-high 20th dunk this year, with Poland running the break. Here's Burnett. Moten. Aku the rebound. Reset for Lewis, rips the net. Terrence Lewis gets the bucket. His 3rd Division I stop. Started his career at Iowa State. Grambling at 2-9. They've lost their last 8 games. Clayton triggers it up. Pure from deep. Team best 35% from deep for Walter Clayton. He's nearing 1,000 in his career. He's now 49 away.
He does not lack confidence, that's for sure.
Former MAC Player of the Year a season ago. Give it to Burnett. Rumbles inside. Condon deters the shot. Shot clock again down inside 5. Through the hands of Aku. Johnson tips in with his shoulders and banks it in. Grambling trying to stick around here. 10-point game.
I just love the pace. After a made basket, after a missed basket, this team gets it down to the opposite side of the court extremely fast.
All started by Zion Pullen with the assist, and Aberdeen an early 5. Boy, how important is Zion Pullen to this team? The way he, again, sets the tempo, finds his teammates, looks for that great shot.
Well, it's just unbelievable quickness. I mean, as soon as you get the ball in his hands, he is already just going at full speed. It helps open up so many gaps because it puts the defense at a disadvantage.
Burnett gets the bucket on Clayton. 2 former Power 5 football recruits going at it in the post. Approaching 9 minutes in. Condon's had an outstanding stretch. Turns in with a righty hook. He's been impressive, hasn't he, Pat?
Even though he just missed that basket. What a mature move to get back to his right hand. I mean, he has fantastic footwork. I don't know what they do in the Australian system, but he has come in, obviously not a finished product, but a product that has great potential.
The Tigers down single figures right now. They've weathered the storm here. They go right back to Burnett. Backs in on Clayton again, trying to utilize that size. Strong move. Antoine Burnett.
I love when you see the guards get into the paint and just give each other some post game. You don't see it too often.
Maybe a bit of a mismatch on the block. 7-point game. Condon sets up in the post. He's locked up with Burnett. Tried to split a double team, just had it stripped away by Johnson.
It's difficult as a big guy when you get that close into the paint and everyone crowds down on you. You do not want to put the ball back on the ground. One of those things that he's going to have to continue to learn and grow through as a freshman.
Wholesale subs at the table for Todd Golden here. Lewis in the corner. A 3. And just like that, it's a 4-point game.
Didn't see that coming.
And boy, they struggle mightily from 3. Only 4 makes a game, 27% as a group. Gators trying to find an answer. Samuel sets up. Pass was tall, and Samuel can't grab it. Chance to make this a 1-possession game. 9-0 run here. Burnett again backs in on Clayton. Fades and fires no.
Something to the basket, maybe if it's not a post feed.
Well, the pendulum has swung in the direction of Dante Jackson's team in his 7th year. Last year, the regular season champs in the SWAC, trying to find a big win on the road, down 4. We had a double technical call. Tyrese Samuel and Jalen Johnson. After the foul was called, Johnson was jawing with Samuel, and Tyrese ain't going to take any of it. So they go back and forth, and the officials separate the two.
I'm going to come over here and just lay down.
Remember,
but there's got to be more maturity from Tyrese Samuel not to respond. It's usually the second guy that always gets called.
Yeah. Remember a few years ago, Gators lost to Texas Southern at home, a SWAC team.
Man.
As Dozier got the strip.
Why'd you have to bring that one up?
All the Gator fans cringe.
Me included. That was a bad one.
Here's Dozier. Works inside, up and under, no. And a reset here. One of the best rebounding teams in the country in Florida. A second opportunity here for Grambling. Jermichael Moulton. Hawks come in along with Rishwain. Moulton's got nowhere to go. Barely nicks rim. So Rishwain on, Hauk as well. Richard hand-logged it and pull it. Into the corner, Richard. Another.
Ooh. That was needed. But I tell you what, what's helped this Gator team right now, they're shooting 71% from the field, 57 from three-point line. No offensive rebounds yet.
Yeah, the Gators 10 of 14 now from the floor. Lewis caught underneath. Ball gets batted out of bounds. And they've hit 9 of their last 11 shots. The issue has been turnovers in the last 3.5 minutes. Gators, a great shooting start, especially Patrick Young from 3. Will Richard getting into the act. Florida 4 of 7 from deep.
Yeah, and none of these three-point baskets have been forced. The ball is touching the paint, coming into rhythm. Any type of advantage you get to get a shot in rhythm, you take those shots whether they're going in or they're going out. And 4 of 7 right now, you can't be mad at that.
How about Will? 6 points on 2 of 3 from deep. Was settling into a role with this team with all the transfers coming in at the beginning of the year. You sensed the Richmond game where he had 3 consecutive threes in a 90-second span was a turning point for him, and he has not looked back since. Only 5 to shoot. Lewis triggers one up, and Handlockton has the rebound.
Well, I think Will Richard is the guy that gets it, gets the system, understands his role, because sometimes in games where his shot is not falling, you will still see him all over the stat chart. Whether it's steals, rebounds, just doing the little things that matter.
Had a good look there. Rebound Lewis. Antoine Burnett off the floor. We saw a lot of him in the first half. Tavius Dozier's on. He's on the near side of your screen. Their top scorer through 11 games. Goes through the hands of Malik Lamine into the backcourt. Pullen goes up the ladder. Richard can't redirect it in.
You got to actually love that second effort by the guard there for Grambling. He gave up on it, then came back, and because he came back into that play, he messed up the timing on that alley-oop.
Moten avalanches inside. Into the corner for Lewis. Extra feed, Lamine will get 2. Rishwain picks up the foul underneath, his first. Things have slowed down for Grambling. They have not scored in the last 3+ minutes after they scored 9 consecutive points to get back in this game. We've hit a stagnant flow here offensively between both teams.
Yeah, you got to expect that. This is always going to happen in any game, that there's going to be a time where you can't find your offense, but what you have to do is create opportunities for easy baskets. That's getting out in transition, as Florida was doing such a great job early on. So that means after this free throw, getting the ball into Zion Pullen's hands so he can create some mismatch and find, if not his own shot, which he's very good at that, the extra pass for someone else to get a good look.
You saw Dante Jackson, head coach at Grambling, has won a couple of regular season championships in the SWAC, the first 2 since 1989. Only 1 losing season. This is 7th year as head coach. We'll get a foul here. Here's Coach Jackson. Last year set a Division I wins record for Grambling. They won 24 games en route to SWAC Coach of the Year honors. There you see the record. Recently won his 100th career game earlier this season. They've not had a Division I win yet this year.
And we were talking earlier that even though there are a number of players that are returning, the top scoring part of this team is not here.
Rishway in the vision. Thomas Houth the bucket. Big run for Julian Rishway here in the first half.
I got to be honest with you, Kyle. You got to give me some education on our buddy Rishwain here.
Yeah, he's a marksman from deep. He's kind of been in and out of playing time of late. Used to play under Todd Golden at San Francisco. He can pull it from there.
Oh, he's that dangerous. I got a feeling we might see one of those tonight.
High hedge for Moten. Pullen runs the show. Works downhill. One-legged runner. And a foul. The game for Pullen on Tuesday night, 22 points in 39 minutes. He only had 1 turnover in 39 minutes. First time leading the Gators in scoring in a game this year with those 22.
He was extremely aggressive in that game, using his speed, getting to the basket. There were some times that his ability to get to the basket was thwarted. Got a shot blocked at least 3 or 4 times. But a player like that does not allow the last play to affect the next play, which is what I love about the maturity of Zion Pullen as well as Walter Clayton that's heading back in to the game right now.
Had a cold-blooded 3 at the end of overtime number 1 to send it to his second OT. As Poland heads to the bench, he had 18 of his 22 after half. Gators back by double figures. Florida scored the last 7. Gators have had a high turnover number, 6 giveaways in the opening nearly 15 minutes. Lewis circles in, splits a double. Hand logged in, corrals it in. Even with pulling off the floor, Gators want to run. Aberdeen slices inside.
Oh, nice.
Big steps to the rim.
I'm telling you, Kyle, Denzel is a player. It's just a matter of him getting more minutes and his confidence, because he has the tools to help this team right now.
Played only 12 games last year. Is one of the most improved players in fall camp. Grambling gives it away. Look at how clearing space, Patrick, for the lane.
That should be some type of assist. I'm not sure what they would call it. Yeah, it's something, right?
Little body bump assist. Gators 5 out. Clayton in the corner. You bet.
You bet.
You mentioned Rishwain's lethal from deep. So is Walter Clayton Jr.
Where was this Tuesday night? That double overtime was getting to me, Kyle. I had one eye open.
It was a long night inside the Spectrum Center. First double OT win since 2020. The Gators beat Bama here in the O-Dome. 2 overtimes. Burnett, step back. Clean jumper from Antoine Burnett.
Nice move there by the football crew. And it's ironic that you mentioned that, because there was also another highly touted football recruit on this Gators basketball team.
How about that strength for Tyrese Samuel? He could have played football too.
Tyrese Samuel could have played football, but Walter Clayton Jr. was a 5-star football recruit coming out of high school.
They both shook hands in the pregame warm-ups. Antoine Burnett played his high school football in the state of Florida, so I'm sure they've crossed paths, maybe on the gridiron before. As Dozier can't handle it, goes out. Clayton, the last to touch, stays with Grambling here. Gators have had dispersed scoring so far, but a team-high 7 points for Denzel Aberdeen. Patrick, what's made him so effective?
Well, he's patient. He's getting his shots in spots and routine and just not forcing anything. And I love seeing that he's getting ability to showcase some of these skills and knock down some shots, because he's very capable of being an extra piece off the bench for this team right now.
Put on some weight in the offseason. Mentioned one of the more improved players. Everybody was glowing at Denzel Aberdeen's performance leading up to the season. Last year played only a total of 40 minutes over 12 games. And he was the odd man out in a 4-guard rotation. No Riley Kugel today with the bruised foot, so expand Denzel's minutes. Lewis circling inside, can't finish. Grambling one and done out of the break. And for Aberdeen, as Richard goes up in the air and down hard. Gets to his feet, round of applause. Take another look at that. Just got caught in an awkward position with Burnett. A good show of sportsmanship. I want to pick him up. I just think he was expecting to have somebody underneath him to maybe pad his fall.
Possibly, yeah.
Because there wasn't a whole lot there.
No, there wasn't. Looked like he might have landed right on that elbow.
That'll leave a bruise.
Oh, yeah.
How many of those falls have you had in your career?
Oh, man, you get that little, it's like a little bursa sack of fluid on your elbow, and it hurts to put it on anything. Doesn't really affect your ability to be effective on the court, but you notice it when you're not playing.
This is where the Gators have struggled at the free throw line. Good sight for the orange and blue. 2 knocked down by Richard, 71% this year, but they come in worst in free throw percentage in the SEC. Trying to get that cleaned up before league games when Kentucky comes to town in early January. Burnett wants a screen. Snakes back left. Johnson with 4. Johnson with 2, off balance, gets
Wow.
a fortunate hop.
Wow and how. Grambling just struggling to find anything easy, and I guess sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
There's that offensive rebound. Gators one of the best in the country. Clayton along 2. That's true.
I think if my buddy Mark Wise was here right now, he would say, there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned 2-point basket pull-up.
That's a great impression. How long have you been working on that one?
I may have had that one in the bag.
As Burnett had his shot to turn goes out. That was the Gators' first offensive rebound. You had talked about this. They had not had one prior. And Micah grabbing that offensive board was their first.
Well, they only had 6 misses up until that point, so there wasn't a lot of opportunities. But, as of now, they are overall out-rebounding Grambling State by a hefty number, but only getting out-rebounded on the offensive rebounding side in this game.
A lot of offensive rebounds is because of a lot of missed shots, too.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not so great. Condon, backdoor, Denzel, up the ladder.
Yeah, really high up the ladder. I couldn't tell if I was Denzel Aberdeen or Tyrese Samuel with the pink shoes. They both are getting up there.
Jermichael Moten hits the jumper. He won the dunk contest in the orange and blue scrimmage in front of the home fans before the season started. He's got 9. His career high is 12. Samuel extending his range. What can he do?
I told you he was going to knock one down. Man, that looked pretty.
29% in his career from deep. 3rd make from distance this year, and Patrick Young called it. Gators up 21 in the blink of an eye. Johnson stops. He waited for Samuel to get reset defensively and still scores.
It really kind of just goes to show that coaching really does matter in the sense of a player's confidence as well as their ability. Because I'm not sure how many he made.
Clayton went up high.
Hall. Oh, he's an athlete.
Clayton thought about stepping right into it. Gives it up. Richard in rhythm.
Oh, in and out. I'm telling you, Walter Clayton's going to make a move. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but this season, and he's going to dunk on somebody real nasty.
Yeah, he can get up. Final 30 seconds of the half. Florida nearly 70% for the frame as we get a foul here on the floor. Will Richard, that's his first, team's 4th, so no free throws.
Florida's been playing some really good defense here without fouling. Outside of the technical foul, I'd really even say there's only 3 that they've actually created. But Grambling has found a way to knock down some baskets, even with some tough defense.
4 players for the Gators with 8 or more points in the first half. They've had 7 in the score sheet. About a 7-second differential between the 2 clocks. Moten, step back 3. Gators have the final look. Clayton got caught in the air. Aberdeen shakes and bakes. Off balance, left it short. That'll bring us to the break. As that shot did not go. Todd Golden's group hit 7 of their final 9 in the half. Shot nearly 70% for the opening 20 minutes, Patrick.
Yeah, and one of the big things is a lot of their baskets, 13 out of their 17 have been assisted baskets, and this team has been getting out in rhythm.
Well, the Gators comfortably in front as we head into the break. Halftime show when you return on the SEC Network.
Glad you brought that up, because I go back and look and say, oh, man, could have had Virginia. Wake Forest jumped out really well against this Gator team. I mean, when you shoot the ball over 50% from three-point strike, it's hard to beat anybody. That's why in that Baylor game, I really thought the Gators were in that matchup, just could not protect the three-point line again. So being able to have that win against Michigan does help, especially with their resume. But there's going to be a lot of opportunities in the SEC.
Pullen squeezes in. Clayton bluffs a give, hoists a three. And Samuel gets the rebound, the stick back. Another dunk for Tyrese. He's in double figures.
Add 1 rebound, add 2 points.
Yeah, 11 points, now 8 rebounds. Gators with a win would be a 5-game win streak. That would be a best stretch for Todd Golden early in his second season as head coach of the Gators. Season best currently 4-game winning streak. Dozier works downhill. Good defense from Handlocked in. A coup puts it back in.
You have to finish a great defensive possession with what? The rebound.
There it is. You spent a career doing that, getting to the glass.
It's not just the big guy's job. It's, another one.
How about the assist from Handlocked in the wraparound feed?
I love, you don't see it too often, but I love when big guys, the 4 and 5, and the Gators are playing very big right now, are able to just have that co-op feel chemistry with each other, the ability to pass the ball and get buckets.
Samuel 6 of 6 from the floor, now 12 away from 1,000. He's had double-doubles in 2 of the last 3, trending back in that direction tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was able in this game, if he gets enough minutes, if the score stays a little bit closer. Todd Golden might want to put some other guys in at some point, but 12 more doesn't seem far off.
Pullen accelerates inside. Left-handed finish doesn't go, but a foul. You see 988 career points for Tyrese Samuel, spending the bulk of that at Seton Hall. Look at this feed from Mike in the vision, knowing Tyrese is there.
Beautiful. Staying patient, understanding that the double team is on him. Somebody's got to be open when there's a double team. Just happened to be Tyrese in the right spot at the right time.
Pullen back in the starting lineup today. For just joining us, news and shoot around, Riley Kugel not available for this game due to a bruised foot. So they hope to get him back for the final non-conference game against Quinnipiac before the start of SEC play. So Pullen, after 4 straight off the bench, back in the starting lineup.
Hard to believe he's only taken 1 shot so far.
And I almost want to whisper this. I don't want to jinx it too much. Gators 6 of 6 from the foul line. Came in SEC worst in free throw percentage. Because
start to boost it up a little bit.
The announcers jinx a real thing.
It really is.
Samuel gets a steal.
He's going all the way.
Going coast to coast. Tyrese elevates. Dips out. Did everything but the finish.
That's why as a big guy, you have the mindset, I'm not going to lay it up. It's all dunks. No matter what.
Yeah, just punch it in.
Just punch it in.
Burnett got his own miss. Scampers in for 2. Antoine Burnett. Here's Pullen, that pace starter. Richard connects. Boy, he's feeling it. That's his third triple.
Third triple.
Yeah. Double figures in his last 4. To start the year, it was a struggle shooting the ball after a season that saw him incredibly efficient all across the board. Dozier, their top scorer for Grambling, has not scored today. He'll head to the line here.
That's why, again, it's that maturity piece that regardless of what's been happening, you continue to work, continue to believe in the work that you put in, and know that the opportunities are going to come. I mean, he's shooting the ball with such confidence right now.
You get the sense that 21-point performance in Sunrise, where he was the Orange Bowl Classic MVP, those 3 consecutive threes in a 90-second span, things have turned a corner for him. Came in just 33% from deep. Dozier gets his first point. Leading scorer 0 of 7 from the floor. JUCO All-American Contavious Dozier. And he missed a free throw. He only missed one in the last 4. He was 20 of 21 in the last 4 games previous.
Wow.
Stevenson gets the steal. Careless pass from Clayton results in 2.
Almost got another one.
Gators 8 turnovers. They're -4 in the turnover margin. It's the only thing you can really look at and do a double take.
Looks like Grambling is switching over to his own here. Just trying to find something.
Richard from the parking lot.
I tell you what, that'll get a team out of the zone real quick.
That'll bust the zone, right?
That'll bust the zone.
Getting hot at the right time. Heading towards SEC play. This goes out. Gators now 8 made threes. And Will Richard has 4 of them. That from about 3 strides beyond the arc. NBA range for number 5. So out of the locker room, half of the Gator production has come from one man. Will Richard won off a career high in threes made. 4 of 7, Patrick, from behind the line.
And you mentioned it earlier. He wasn't shooting the ball very well at the beginning of this season, but I know Will Richard has put in so much work with the expectation that he puts not only on himself, but just to help this team make a run. Already just 4 of 7 from the three-point line today, just shooting the ball with tremendous confidence, showing that, hey, you give me a little bit of space, I'm knocking this thing down.
You look at last year, the efficiency he had, 40% from the floor, 40% from 3, was 86% from the foul line, and forced to play out of position a season ago is when Castleton got hurt.
Yeah, and the thing about that, you lose a guy like Colin Castleton that does so much for this Gator team, and it's awesome to see him as well as Alex Fudge in the building tonight. Will Richard is a guy that doesn't matter what you ask him to do, he's going to do it to the best of his ability. He's going to rebound, he's going to defend, he'll be point guard if you have to, if you need to play point. That's what you got to love about a team guy like that.
Burnett gets the bucket out of the timeout, and it's down to 20. Richard in the corner, ties a career high and 3 makes for a game. He's locked and loaded.
Oh,
17
man.
points, Patrick. Guys in his zone, just keep feeding him. Johnson, no answer. Richard gets out on the break as Poland had the dribble, lost it, kickball.
Well, that's 3 threes in this half alone. How many seconds do we have to count how many seconds that was between each one? Did he break his sunrise record?
Yeah, I don't think he quite had the 90-second span there. 3 of 3 in the half. You didn't bring your stopwatch, Patrick?
No, I did not.
I told you to bring the stopwatch.
Oh, almost had a beautiful pass there to Condon, but turned it over yet again. Gators take care of the basketball.
Johnson in on the freshman Condon. Shoves one up and in. Poland wasting no time. Got his own miss. Denzel Aberdeen, extra fine, hand locked it. He's perfect on the year from deep. Denzel, an up fake, long 2.
Was a beautiful possession there by the Gators, getting an offensive rebound. Zion pulling, pushing the ball. There was the extra, somebody was open, just couldn't find the right shot.
The Gators have assisted on 15 of their 22 makes. Burnett swatted away by Richard. Showing up on the defensive end. Loose ball, Aberdeen into the clouds. Alex Condon, the explosion at the rim.
That was almost a broken fast break there where Zion was trying to push it out and lost it, and Denzel came up with it, but he kept his eyes up as he recovered and got his composure and made a perfect alley-oop pass.
Yeah, chaos into poetry there on the break.
Oh, come on, guards. Don't forget the ball.
Like Steve Nash, the way he feels out the defense. Zion pulling. Condon,
Get
and
in
one.
there. Get in the basket.
A 4-point burst and a chance to complete a 3-point play. A block from Richard And the chaos ensued, Patrick. You've been on the receiving end of a couple of those in your time.
One or two. I just tried to help the team in any way I could. Ripping the rim down wasn't one of the ways I did best.
What a start to his career that he's had. The last time the Gators were on this floor, he had 12 and 16 against Merrimack. 8th in the conference in offensive rebounding.
I believe these last 3, he's averaging around 8 and 10 and 2 blocks or 2 steals. Just the efficiency and confidence of this young man and I can't wait to see how it transitions over for him to SEC play, because you're going to see some more consistent talent and size. But what a fantastic start for someone that's new to this style of play.
Foul here on Lewis. Yeah, we've talked ad nauseum about him growing up, Australian rules football player. And before we get to that, see who's in the house. Got a celeb, Alex Fudge, right now with the South Bay Lakers. They're in town with a G League showcase in Orlando. Colin Castleton also in the house with Alex as well. Lakers, of course, won that in-league tournament. You're telling me, Patrick, they did get that $500,000.
Hey, man, nice little check.
Yeah.
Not little.
No. Well, for LeBron it is.
Oh, yeah. For most of the guys on the roster that were, contributing to getting that win. Isn't that something to say, chump change?
That's right. We're talking about Condon. His dad is in town. Played a lot of Australian rules football.
Do we not have any we've talked about it a lot. I haven't seen any footage, because I hear he was pretty great at Australian rules football.
Well, here's Colin. Boy, what an impact he made in his couple of seasons in orange and blue.
What a stud.
Coming over from Michigan.
I mean, he just the takeover ability. I don't even know if that's a word, but I made it up because that's what you saw in Colin Castleton when he was not in games. The entire chemistry, makeup of this Florida Gator team was completely different. Wish the Gators would have had him for all 4 years. Don't know why he went up to Michigan.
Yeah, from DeLand, he was recruited by the Gators. Makes you wonder what could have been, right?
But the thing was, I had an opportunity to talk to Colin on my podcast that I did a while back, and he said he didn't waste those 2 years that he had in Michigan.
Right.
He got better. He learned under Juwan Howard. He said, you know what? My time is going to come. I don't know when that's going to be. Decided to make the transfer down here, and he was, everything speaks for itself with how he played and broke out in the SEC play.
Nice move on the interior for Jordan Smith. Yeah, those first couple of years were developmental for him in Michigan. Could have been the same thing if he came to Florida.
Could have. It's that oh, man.
What did I tell you, Patrick? He has unlimited range. You said you wanted to see it. Julian Rishwain provides.
Well, you know what? December is usually the month where there's National Giving Day, and I saw earlier that the Florida Credit Union is giving $25 for every three-point basket made. So these players today are donating. Hopefully they can continue that mindset as the year goes on and not just make that a today thing.
Zion Poland is giving buckets right now, coast to coast. Gators have cracked 70. The lead is ballooned out to 30. That's a game best. Jordan Smith, preseason SEC Defensive Player of the Year in the SWAC. He missed about a month of time with a knee injury. This is his second game back. Pulling from the wing.
Oh,
Money.
Man. Goodness gracious. I'll tell you what. Sometimes you say what travels, defense travels, or whatever. If the Gators can shoot like this at home in the SEC play, I tell you what, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to beat them here. And it's only going to give them opportunities to build that resume as, of course, they want to make it to the tournament and get a chance to play in the big dance.
They've hit 11 threes now. That's a season high. Smith in on Houck. He's had a couple of good buckets. Florida 10 of 16 from deep. Rishwain.
No, you didn't.
That would have exploded that bench.
Still a great look. Up and down, up and down. This is the pace of the play right now.
It's been a fun game to watch, just aesthetically, up and down. Condon might have gotten away with steps.
What's helped is that, we haven't heard a lot of the officials' whistles in the entirety of this game.
Good thing. Right?
Good, clean game. Yeah, absolutely.
Condon the interception. They were looking backdoor for Lewis. Pulling strides to the cup. 14 today for Zion.
And it's weird to say, a quiet 14.
Yeah. Timeout. Grambling will talk it over. Big Mariah Carey Christmas album guy?
No, she's got one song.
That's true. I don't know if there's an album there. That's right.
I'm sure, yeah, right? It's a fantastic song, of course, but I don't know. It just felt different this year.
Put on a little Andy Williams, a little old-time Christmas music.
I'm a big Pentatonics Christmas guy, actually.
That's the a cappella group,
That's the a cappella group. They do a fantastic job. And actually, it seems as though there's been some gift of giving the Gators some three-point baskets and some dunks today, huh?
Patrick Young on the call. Love it. And logged in on the pick and roll. A little bit of everything today. Heading towards Christmas. Get some dunks under the tree.
A little bit of everything today, that's for sure.
Well, tweet us your favorite Christmas songs. Why not? Kais Kubliskas, by the way, you mentioned you wanted to see him play a little bit. He's going to get some run here, the Lithuanian, number 30 in white. In the corner, Stevenson missed everything. Burnett. Tip back dances out. It's a chance of air ball rain down here at the O-Dome.
Here he is.
Here's Kubliskas. Samuel's already knocked down 1-3. The wicked crossover into traffic. And a foul. Look. Samuel still 12 away from 1K. So we'll step aside. More Christmas music talk on the other side of this break. Micah, two-handed flush.
Coach Golden has done such a fantastic job with these young guys, putting them in a position where they come in confident, ready to play right away.
Oh, Clayton was going for the lob.
Another turnover.
This is one of those games that could have been sloppy, too. After you get the high from the Michigan game, double OT win, final game before holiday break. Gators in this second half, lights out from deep. They've hit 5 of their 7 threes, Patrick. Take a look at what Will Richard has done in this second half. He's hit all 3 from deep. Zion Pullen chipping in with a tray as well. He's had 10 after half. And Florida continues to run away with it. You see the numbers for Zion. Back in the starting lineup today with the injury to Riley Kugel.
All I want for Christmas.
What's that?
Is an Alex Klatsky 3. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask for today? I mean,
I think that was one of Mariah Carey's songs, actually.
Those are the exact words.
Yes.
Actually, I wonder, was he even born when that hit came out? I don't think so. Where's the researcher when you need him?
We'll get on that. Our crack research staff is on it right now. They're Googling Mariah Carey, Alex Klatsky. We've covered a lot today.
Ooh.
Came out in '94, the Mariah Carey song.
Come on, get it to Kubliskas. Extra pass. Oh, no, that is him.
Oh, he gives it up on the extra feed to Samuel.
10 away.
10 away from 1K. All of these minutes matter. I don't care what the score is for a guy like Kais Kubliskas. Julian Rishwain.
You're absolutely right. It doesn't matter the opponent because this experience and allowing them to get some reps in to run the offense, to make mistakes. There's nothing like the game. Like obviously practice is uber important in the sense of allowing coaches creating scenarios where it's very game-like and preparing you for situations that you're going to face. So getting those young guys in those spots making sure that it's competitive. Practice always needs to be competitive. But sometimes it can get a little mundane. But it's early in this season. I think the Gators have new heights to climb. I mean, the potential that I see in this team is extremely high.
I picked 8th in the SEC preseason coaches poll, but I think that is definitely the floor of what this team can accomplish.
But honestly, with the poor free throw shooting at times and then sometimes not shooting it well from the three-point line, I could see them falling, but also could see this team climbing as high as 3rd or 4th.
Yeah. A dime from Rishway and some of the role players giving it up. Gators 36 paint points. They've dominated from 3 today. Fall away from Jordan Smith.
Gators sitting at 21 assists for the game. That's got to be close to a season high for this team. 13 in the first half, 9 here in the
24 is a season high, Patrick. Aberdeen getting some run at the point here. Against this zone, they feed it to the high post. That's what you got to do against the zone, right? Feed it to that free throw line area.
The free throw line area, the ball has to touch the middle. And the big guy has to, when he touches the ball in the middle, he has to be decisive. It's usually not always going to be a shot, but you have to be decisive. If you're getting out of your hands or creating a disadvantage.
Samuel, meanwhile, takes a seat. He has a double-double, 15 and 10. Crossover from Moten.
I would think more than likely Tyrese is possibly done for the night.
Yeah, I think that probably will do it.
Oh!
Behind the back!
Really?
Showcasing it all, Denzel Aberdeen.
And that's what I love about his game. He's got some flash in there. It reminds me a little bit of a Mike Rosario type game. He just has not gotten that confidence yet. But as he gets more reps and continues to work, Denzel Aberdeen is going to be a great player. Again, great player for this team. And fun to watch.
High school teammates with Riley Kugel. Houck banked it in. Not how he drew it up. He'll take it. Timeout.
Take that, device star.
Gators 85 on the scoreboard. How about this, Patrick? No look behind the back. Send it straight to Sports Center. Zell, as they call him, to Thomas Houck for 2. How does it feel to be back here in your home, the O-Dome?
It's kind of surreal. I'm a little rusty, but I'm just grateful to be here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone out there that's watching. Been getting a few texts of people saying it's great to see me back in. Hey, it feels great to be back home, especially in Exact Tech, the O-Dome, and working with you again. Obviously, this has always been fun. Always a blast.
One of the big-time celebrities. Every time Patrick's in this building, the autographs, pictures. Well-deserved.
That's why I try to get here right before tip-off, so they have to leave me alone so I can work.
Yeah. Great to have you back on the mic, my friend. First of many more for you.
Absolutely.
Stevenson rolls out.
Really looking forward to SEC play this year. A lot of new faces, a lot of new names. I mean, look at the Ole Miss Rebels right now, undefeated.
Yeah. Chris Beard, first-year head coach, the Rebels.
Weird to see Alan Flanagan out of the Auburn uniform. Ooh.
Richard, a rare miss.
A rare miss. What was that?
Richard's first miss of the half and his 4th attempt from 3. Gators with a win would get to 9-3, a chance to get to 10 wins before Kentucky. With Quinnipiac in on the 30th, foul on Alex Condon. How about Kentucky beating Louisville last night? There you see Alex Klatsky. All right, the watch has begun. We're at 3:19.
It started.
We're going to need a few more minutes to tick off before we really get into Alex Klatsky watch.
I wonder How does it start? Does it start because the student section starts calling for
Well,
him?
they just started.
Or does someone have to remind? Because Coach Golden got a million things on his mind.
Yeah.
Do one of the assistant coaches say, hey, let's sub in the Klatsky to get some minutes here?
Also,
How
you
does it work?
got to throw in Jack May, Cooper Josephsberg. You got Bennett Anderson as well. Those are the three starting it. That's where the rumbles begin for Alex Klatsky. Grambling, this would be their 9th consecutive loss in their final bye game of the year, but you take into account the schedule that they're playing. They're funding their athletic department. So essentially the non-conference doesn't mean a whole lot record-wise. It's more of, okay, how can we develop on the road with a new roster and some tough environments? They're picked second in the SWAC. And that's when things really start. Aberdeen!
Oh, man.
Right-handed hammer!
That was tough.
Having the game of his life. Wow.
He's an athlete.
Dunks, alley-oops, behind-the-back passes. Denzel Aberdeen,
Having fun with it today.
thanks for bringing the show.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Coach Bliskus so far. Just starting to break. You want to see.
Before that and one, how about this? A little extra oomph.
How did he get so much space? The Red Sea parted.
Nobody wanted to be on a poster.
What are you doing, Riley Kugel?
Riley pumping up his teammates. That's what Riley usually does on a consistent basis.
Yes, he does.
Gators 64% for the game. It's a game where they've hit a season high 11 threes. So it's not necessarily dominating just around the rim and a lot of paint points. It's been their long-range shot. They've cracked 90. And they get to 100. It's asking a lot. So now Kofor air ball. Rishwain couldn't handle it.
But I really do, as I was saying, I like what I'm seeing from Coach Bliskus and just this squad in general, this lineup that Coach has in right now. You want to see the offense being run continually when the starters are out, that there's nothing going on that's just like, what are you doing? We've never practiced that.
A block from Denzel Aberdeen. Padded stat sheet. Underneath, Bliskus, another dime.
Pushing the pace, creating a disadvantage, keeping his head up, and making this simple, easy pass to the big guy for two.
We want Klatsky chants slowly rise here in the Odo.
It's time.
Does Todd Golden oblige? He's down by the walk-ons right now on the bench. You know he can hear him.
It's time. I'm tempted to yell at him. What are you doing, Coach? We're up 41. But then it gets to the point where, you're up 41. Why are you still trying to score? Because we want Alex to come in and take the shot.
Right. Mark Wise always says there's no good assist for a walk-on when you're on the floor.
There's no good assist.
That's the title of the Mark Wise book.
Another one?
Now wide open.
What are they doing?
Yeah, a little defensive miscues here. There's the roar of the crowd. The walk-ons head to the table. 94 points for the Gators. I think Denzel Aberdeen was asking, do you want me to foul? Cause a stoppage in play here. To get the subs in.
Look at that maturity to even be thinking that way.
Condon, Hauk, extra fine. Aberdeen got it blocked. Hauk, stick back, no. As the clock winds inside a minute, timeout, a sub timeout here. And here's the roar of the crowd.
There is no good assist.
Will Santa bring the gift we all want? A walk-on bucket. Will Reynolds splashes it down. All right, we got a 21.5-second differential here. Joseph Spurgeon.
Yes!
Oh, halfway down
But
and
that's
out.
what you do.
That's right, he was open. Crowd fully invested. A 40-point game as Reynolds splashes down to 3.
Why was he not in the game earlier?
All right, 5-second differential here, so you got to shoot. Benches on their feet.
Why do you want the ball there, Alex? Get to a spot where you can make it. You got to shoot it.
Get a 5-second differential. Klatsky off the roll. Gives it up. Kubliskas. The crossover. Backdoor Bennett Anderson. We've got walk-on buckets. With 4.9 to go.
Great. Hey, man. From this small little sample size we're seeing of Kubliskas, he's got a little bit of Nick Calathis assist vision in him. And that is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Nick Calathis is arguably one of the best passers I've ever seen.
Dribble this one out. Outstanding. Gators get a holiday gift in their 9th victory of the year. Blowout Grambling. Final score 96-57. A lot to like. And the celebration, Patrick, for the Gators begins after this one, a season-high 5-game win streak.
And look at this team. The celebration for the Ben Anderson bucket there. Just this team is really coming along.